Welcome back to The Sweet Spot. I'm Grace.
And I'm Brian. This is the podcast where we talk about the messy, exciting, and sometimes confusing reality of being in your 20s and 30s.
How's your week been, Brian? You look like you've had about 4 coffees already today.
Only 3, actually. But you're right, it's been a grind week. I've been working on a big project at the agency, staying late, skipping the gym. You know the drill.
I totally get it. I've been the same. I spent all of yesterday filming and editing, and by 9 p.m., my brain was basically mashed potatoes. But that's actually perfect for today's topic.
Exactly. Today, we are diving deep into that famous phrase we see on every LinkedIn profile and Instagram bio. Work hard, play hard.
Is it a healthy lifestyle goal, or is it just a one-way ticket to Burnout City? We're going to look at the history of this mindset, why our generation is so obsessed with it,
Right.
and how to actually find a balance that doesn't leave you exhausted.
Plus, we'll share some of our own work hard fails and our favorite ways to play hard without breaking the bank. So grab your coffee or your tea if you're more sensible than me, and let's get into it.
So, Brian, when you hear the phrase work hard, play hard, what's the first image that pops into your head?
Honestly, I think of a guy in a sharp suit in New York working 80 hours a week and then going to a crazy expensive club on a Friday night until 4 a.m. It feels very 1980s Wall Street.
Very Wolf of the Wall Street. For me, I think of the modern version. It's the girl boss or the tech bro who starts work at 6 a.m., drinks green juice, hits every deadline, and then spends their weekend hiking a mountain or traveling to a different country just for 2 days.
It's intense, right? The idea is that if you put in 110% effort at your job, you deserve to put 110% effort into your fun. There's no middle ground. There's no sit on the sofa and do nothing phase.
And that's the interesting part. The play hard part is almost like a second job. You have to be good at relaxing. You have to have the best photos, the coolest hobbies, and the most exciting social life.
I think for people our age, the 20s to 30s crowd, this mindset comes from a lot of pressure. We grew up being told we can have it all. We want the successful career, the high salary, but we also don't want to miss out on life.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen our parents work hard, but maybe they didn't play enough.
That's a good point. My dad worked at the same company for 30 years. He worked hard, but his play was just gardening on Sundays. For our generation, we feel like we need to see the world, go to festivals, and try every new restaurant.
But there's a trap here, isn't there? If you're constantly pushing at 100% in both directions, when does your body actually recover?
That's the B side of the record. Let's talk about the work hard part first. In 2026, working hard doesn't just mean being in an office. With remote work and side hustles, we are always on.
Oh, absolutely. My phone is basically an extension of my arm. Even when I'm playing, I'm checking Slack or replying to an email. It's hard to draw a line in the sand.
Let's get real about the work hard aspect. Why do we feel the need to grind so much? Is it just about money?
I think it's identity, especially in your 20s. You're trying to prove who you are. You're the ambitious one, the reliable one, or the fast-track manager. If you aren't working hard, who are you?
It's also the comparison trap. I open Instagram and see a 24-year-old who has started 3 businesses and just bought a house. Suddenly, my productive day feels like I've been sleeping all day.
We call that hustle culture. It's this idea that every minute of your day should be monetized. If you're reading a book, it should be a business book.
Right.
If you're working out, it's so you can have more energy to work. It's exhausting just talking about it.
But there is a positive side to working hard, right? I mean, I love the feeling of finishing a big project, that good, tired feeling.
Definitely. There's a flow state you get into when you're doing something you're passionate about. The problem isn't the hard work itself, it's the performative hard work. Working long hours just to look busy rather than being productive.
I read a study recently that said after 50 hours of work a week, productivity completely drops off. You're basically just making mistakes that you'll have to fix the next morning.
I've been there. I once stayed up until 3 a.m. finishing a presentation. I thought I was a hero. I woke up, looked at it, and it made no sense. I had to redo the whole thing.
See, that's work hard, fail hard.
Okay, let's flip the coin. Play hard. Grace, what's the hardest you've ever played?
Oh man, a few years ago, I flew to Ibiza for a weekend. I worked until 6 p.m. on Friday, went straight to the airport, danced all night, spent Saturday at a beach club, and flew back Sunday night. I was at my desk at 9 a.m. on Monday.
That sounds painful.
It was. I felt like a zombie for a week. But at the time, I felt like I was living my best life. I thought, this is what it means to be young and successful. I had the photos to prove it, but I didn't actually feel refreshed.
And that's the irony. Play is supposed to be about recreation, literally recreating your energy. But playing hard often drains your energy even more.
It's revenge bedtime procrastination, but on a weekend scale. You feel like you worked so hard during the week that you owe it to yourself to go crazy on the weekend.
I see this a lot with my friends who do extreme hobbies. They don't just go for a run, they train for an ultra marathon. They don't just play video games, they play competitively for 6 hours. Everything is high intensity.
Why do you think we struggle with just resting? Like just sitting on a park bench and watching birds?
Because resting feels like wasting time. We feel guilty. Guilt is a huge part of the work hard, play hard cycle. If you aren't doing something epic, you feel like you're losing the game of life.
FOMO, fear of missing out. It's the ultimate enemy of relaxation.
We need to talk about the dark side of this. Burnout. It's a word people use a lot, but it's actually a serious medical condition.
It really is. It's not just being tired. It's when your engine completely shuts down. You lose interest in work, you're irritable, and even things you love, the play part, feel like a chore.
I hit that wall last year. I was trying to be the work hard, play hard guy. I was hitting my targets at work and going to every social event. One morning, I just couldn't get out of bed. Not because I was lazy, but because my brain was just done.
What did you do?
I had to take a week off. No phone, no laptop, no playing hard. I just walked my dog and cooked simple meals. It was a wake-up call that the work hard, play hard motto is actually a recipe for a crash.
It's like a car. You can't drive at 100 miles per hour and then, when you stop, keep the engine revving at maximum. You need to turn the engine off.
Exactly. But society doesn't reward turning the engine off. Society rewards the grind.
I think we need a new motto. How about work mindfully, rest deeply?
It's not as catchy for a t-shirt, but it's much healthier.
Okay, let's get practical for our listeners. If you're in your 20s or 30s and you're caught in this cycle, how do you break out?
Tip number 1, define your own hard. Working hard doesn't have to mean 60 hours. It can mean 4 hours of deep work where you're actually focused and productive.
I love that. My tip is schedule your do-nothing time. Literally put it in your calendar. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday, I am not allowed to be productive. I can't clean the house. I can't answer emails. I can only exist.
That's harder than it sounds. My second tip would be separate your play from your image. Do things because you actually enjoy them, not because they look good on a story. If you want to spend your Saturday night building a Lego set instead of going to a loud club, do it.
Lego is underrated. It's so meditative. Another thing is setting boundaries with your boss or clients. If you work hard from 9 to 5, you have every right to play soft or just not work from 5 to 9.
And for the students listening, this applies to you too. Studying 12 hours a day doesn't make you a better student. It just makes you a more tired one. Quality over quantity.
We asked you guys on Instagram to send in your thoughts on work hard, play hard. We got a lot of messages.
I feel like if I don't stay late at the office, my boss will think I'm not work hard enough. But then I'm too tired to even play at all. Help!
Oh, Leo, we feel you. This is the visibility trap. Many bosses still think staying late equals working hard.
My advice for Leo would be to have a conversation about output versus hours. If Leo was hitting all his goals by 5 p.m., he should be able to leave. Maybe try suggesting a trial period where you focus on results.
Also, Leo, remember that your company will replace you in a week if you burn out, but your health is yours forever. Don't sacrifice your playtime for a company that doesn't see your efficiency.
Great point. Here's another one from Sarah, 22. She says, I just graduated and started my first job. Everyone talks about play hard, but I'm so broke. I feel like I'm failing because I can't afford the play part.
Sarah, this is so common. Play hard has been commercialized. People think it means expensive trips or fancy dinners.
Play hard can be a $2 frisbee in the park with friends. It can be a movie night with homemade popcorn. The hard in play hard should mean the intensity of the joy, not the intensity of the spending.
I actually find that some of my best play moments were when I had the least money. You get more creative. You go on long walks, you have deep conversations, you borrow books from the library.
Do you think the work hard, play hard culture is changing, Grace?
I think so. I'm seeing more people talk about soft living or quiet quitting, which I don't love the name of, but the concept is basically doing your job well, but not letting it take over your life.
I think the play hard part is changing too. People are moving away from the party scene and more toward wellness, hobbies, and community. People want to feel good, not just look busy.
It's about sustainability. We want a life that we don't need a vacation from.
That's deep. A life you don't need a vacation from. If you work 40 hours a week at something you enjoy and you have time for your friends and your health, you don't need to play hard to escape your life.
Exactly. The play hard is often an escape from a work hard that we hate. If we fix the work part, the play part becomes more natural. We've covered a lot today, from Wall Street suits to Ibiza zombies.
And from the guilt of resting to the joy of Legos.
If there's one thing I want our listeners to take away, it's that you are more than your productivity. You are not a machine. You are a human being who needs sunshine, sleep, and silly moments.
And if working hard means doing your best, and playing hard means taking a long nap, then that's a win in my book.
I think I might go play hard on my sofa right after this recording.
Same here. Maybe a little snack and a documentary about space.
Perfect. Thank you so much for listening to The Sweet Spot. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who might be working a little too hard lately.
Don't forget to follow us on social media for more tips on finding your balance. We'll be back next week to talk about the science of friendships in your 30s.
Until then, work smart, play soft, and take care of yourselves.
All right, everyone. Before we wrap up, it's time for one of our favorite segments, the Word Tour.
This is where we take some of the cool or tricky words and expressions we used in the episode and break them down. If you're learning English or just want to sound a bit more 2026, this is for you.
Our first stop on the tour is a word I used right at the beginning, the grind. Grace, how would you explain the grind to someone who's never heard it?
Good one. The grind literally comes from the action of rubbing two hard things together until they turn into powder, like coffee beans. In work terms, it means the hard, repetitive daily hustle. If you say, back to the grind, it means you're going back to your busy, tiring work routine.
Exactly. It's not always a bad thing, but it implies that work is tough. Speaking of tough, our second word is hustle culture.
Hustle culture is a big one for our generation. It's the societal pressure to be working constantly. It's the idea that if you aren't working, you're losing. It's very common on LinkedIn and Instagram. People hustle to get ahead, but often at the cost of their sleep.
Next up is an idiom I love. You know the drill. I said this when I was talking about staying late at the office.
You know the drill means you know how this works, or you know the routine. We use it when something happens so often that we don't need to explain it anymore. For example, it's Monday morning, I need coffee, you know the drill.
I definitely know that drill. Okay, let's move to the play hard side. We mentioned FOMO. That's an acronym, right?
Yes, FOMO stands for fear of missing out. It's that anxious feeling you get when you see your friends at a party or on vacation while you're at home in your pajamas. You feel like everyone is having more fun than you. It's the enemy of a peaceful night in.
And that leads us to a very long but very relatable phrase, revenge bedtime procrastination. This one is a mouthful.
It's such a great term. Revenge bedtime procrastination is when people who don't have much control over their daytime refuse to sleep at a sensible hour. Instead, they stay up late scrolling on their phones or watching TV as a way to take revenge and reclaim some personal time.
I am a professional at that. I'll be exhausted at 11 p.m., but I'll stay up until 1 a.m. just because I want to feel like I'm playing.
We all do it. Now, let's look at a more positive one, soft living.
I like this one. Soft living is the opposite of hustle culture. It's a lifestyle where you prioritize comfort, low stress, and mental health over making the most money or having the highest status. It's about being soft on yourself instead of hard.
And finally, a very funny expression I used, brain like mashed potatoes.
This isn't a formal idiom, but it's very common in fun English. If your brain is like mashed potatoes, it means you are so tired or have worked so much that you can't think clearly anymore. Your thoughts are just mushy and soft.
Like after a 10-hour shift?
Exactly. So those are our highlights for today. The grind, hustle culture, the drill, FOMO, revenge bedtime procrastination, soft living, and mashed potato brain.
Try using one of these in a sentence today. Tell your friend you're opting for soft living this weekend instead of the grind. They'll be impressed, or they'll just be jealous.
And that's it for the word tour. We hope these help you navigate your conversations a bit better.
Remember, language is just like life. You have to work a little bit to learn it, so you can play a lot when you finally use it.
See you in the next one.
Bye.